Created by a bunch of randos in a Discord call.
We got you again, Skelemarketer. Surrender now, for you can't stop the fists of justice.
Yeah, you get him, action hero.
Yeah, you think you can stop me? I have yet to unleash my super duper ultimate weapon supreme!
Ah, Jimmy, look out! Jimmy, no! What have you done to him, villain?
I shot him with my cancer beam!
No, Jimmy, you were so young to die. Wait, what?
What? What do you mean, what?
What did you say you hit him with?
My cancer beam! Obviously! What else would it be?
What? What now?
Honestly, I thought that one was super self-explanatory. It's a beam. It gives you cancer. That's pretty much it.
Why do you have that?
Because no one is safe from cancer's many types and variants. Magical, hereditary, technological, mutatus, contagious. You never know when it's going to hit, and no one is ever safe. That's why you should be friends with my old ancient enemy. Because then you'll be protected from everything. Cancer beams, aging serums, losing a kidney, sudden explosion of all your bodily fluids, self-combustion, and dematerializing rays of doom.
So all I need to be safe is insurance?
Yeah, yes. For only a small monthly payment of 5,000 credit, you can be protected from anything, even my cancer beam!
This is you. Nice life, nice car, nice spouse. Maybe a bit of pain in your back. Maybe a slight headache. You pop a pill. Maybe a syringe will do. And it's all gone. This is you on candy.
Hey kids, you want some of that sweet on a stick? Some sugar powder? Maybe you're some kind of sour strip maestro, eh? Well, I got something for you. I got something for every occasion.
Don't do candy, do drugs instead.
Billy, don't forget to take your gun with you.
But I don't want to continue the circle of violence. I want to grow up in a world where we deal with our difference through good work ethic and strong dialogue between people of different species and creed.
But guns keep you safe. Look at this, for instance. Ventura Arms, brand new, bleeding-edge short-barrel pistol. The Street Line Killer 45. Made with comforts of everyday use in mind. It comes with built-in laser-cut and modular pieces. Hand-aligned optics and fitted with ergonomic grips to fit your hand. Either big or small.
But Mom, all the cool kids don't use guns.
Yeah? Take a look at neighbor. They don't use guns, and look where it got them.
Got guns? We do. Ventura Arms. Get good. Get a gun.
Do you like the party, son/daughter?
No,
What? Why?
because I'm dead. We're all dead.
No!
Call before you can, because it might be too late for them, but it's not for you. The Minutemen. You want them there a minute ago. No one's able to do it alone. Even you, a man called Stranger.
Yo, that is not how this is supposed to work. What is going on?
Hey, stop. You're going to break my radio. Chill out.
This is weird. No more. No more.
My God, you're such a... Episode 9. Espionage Blues.
Thank you for listening in. And don't forget to like and review the episode wherever you listen. Created by Out of Credits and starring A Confused Mistake as Cupid, Whip Hand as Package Tracer and some voices of the city, Gigahood as the rest of the voices of the city, and that's it for this week. Well, I guess that just leaves the Grim Bard as me, the Stranger.
Good God, you take things way too seriously.
Do I?
Quit worrying about it.
Alright, whatever. What are we doing?
I was looking into what you and Packard had found, and I think I know what the receipts were for.
You do? Oh, well, that's convenient. So let's just go talk to...
Cool your engines. I should more specifically say I know of it. There's this new drug going around called DAMS. Might be connected.
So
when you're in there, show this to the marshal and ask him about it.
Aw, man, why me? Isn't that your thing?
He likes you. You might actually answer straight. Just do it.
Fine. Call you when I'm done. Sector 9 was the fancy name they liked to call one of the least run-down sides of East Downtown. Not so run-down you could see a cop on every corner, but run-down enough that when you get mugged, you can expect a response in 3 to 4 working business days. That being said, when your neighborhood consists of gangers that haven't made it yet, soulless somehow lucky enough not to fall into the underground, and low-level wage slaves who can't get out of the gator race, having any police force is probably great for them. But I wasn't one to call them anything in particular, as I was calling on them. But if I was to call this place something, shabby might be the word for it. For a city that always sleeps, these guys were prime example. But they still looked like they could use a nap, or a 2-week coma.
Yeah, we're overworked, behind on paperwork, and honestly, no time or patience for you anymore today.
That won't be long, promise. It's involved.
What do you want?
I'm following a lead that may or may not be connected to the whole business with, which one is she? Tau 22?
I am not quite sure what you're talking about.
What? Of course you do. The missing girl, what's her name? The chick that kept trying to punch me and slammed me through the wall that one time.
If you are referring to Sergeant Badge, then I'm further confused, as she is currently on desk duty.
You're fucking with me. I'm very sure Maribeth is... Oh, wait. Alpha Lizard Log Geo Octocon Original Date.
You're adult. You're supposed to start with the code words.
Well, what the fuck do I know?
So you're still working for Mathers? I warned you it was a rabbit hole.
Yeah, you did, and you were right. And unfortunately, it's led me to an interesting discovery.
This had better be good.
Mr. Mathers, who I'm sure you're aware is the acting... head of the crime orgs, boss, big man in charge of the orgs downtown.
I am. They like the term kingpin downtown, though I prefer big cheese myself.
Really? I'm always partial to Godfather.
Really? I always thought the naming scheme of the mafias was dumb. More of a cartel man myself. Regardless, there used to be a Godfather in downtown. They were even above the kingpins.
Right. Recently deceased by our mysterious new guy on the scene, yeah. Anyways, Mathers has been somewhat taking his place, but doesn't have the authority, clearly, as he's not got the gang's full loyalty, because a whole nother org has popped up in prime real estate areas and...
Are you telling or asking me this?
The point is, things are heating up, and that's what this investigation is all about, isn't it?
Related. Conjecturally. Team Tau and I are looking into a new avenue of drugs that's been hitting the streets for the past year. We've been getting close. Greatly through the efforts of Badge, who your help with the corpo and freelancer matter is appreciated.
Though he was turned in, I was a little afraid to ask.
Handed him over myself. Should be going through the system as we speak. You haven't heard in from Badge until your passing message now, so that's hopefully laid to rest. Back to business as usual.
Well, that is why I'm here.
The second job? It's related?
Seemingly so, because it Went so well, he wants me to look into some sort of shootout that ended with a made man dead and a local drug runner missing.
I'm failing to see the connection.
I'm not 100% sold on it myself yet. This keeps on taking place around the Evo Group Arcology, a couple boroughs south of here. I'm pretty sure the product leak is also coming from there.
Do you have anything at all to back up this theory?
Yeah. The missing drug runner's connection is seemingly a worker from the Arcology's clinics and labs that's been missing for a few days, supposedly out on sick leave, which, when you work for the Premier Health Corp, is highly unusual.
If we're talking about it, then I assume he was amongst the dead.
He was, but not the dead you're thinking about.
I don't think you'd know the dead I'm thinking about.
That's grim.
Get to the point, will you?
Well, tracking all of this down, I went to his house, found it trashed, and him dead in the tub, and had been for a little while.
Damn. Unfortunate. But half expected. Did you call the CIS?
Who?
Crime scene investigation and cleaning. They're part of the special branch of Ensign, like Tao and myself.
Oh, them. Totally knew about them because someone told me before this very moment. So no, I called Packet.
Tracer. He works for internal securities. You better not tell me you two muddied the crime scene.
Then I won't. The whole place looked suspicious, amateurish. Pretty sure it was either staged or set up to look like it was staged, in which case, that's above my pay grade and probably a bigger problem for you. But it did have a connection from Evo to this drug runner guy who I think was working for the orgs on behalf of the gangs. Can't fucking tell which one though, by gods, this city is huge.
And the dealer witnessed an incident with a made man that the Lasher thinks we are covering up?
Exactly, you're following. So I want to know if I can get a sneak peek into some of those files you might have lying around. And I'm asking for permission this time.
This is going to be more paperwork. We're going to need your prints and a proper genetic sample to rule you out. For future reference, you're not qualified to actually work a scene. Next time, call CSI.
Yeah, not happening. I was wearing gloves, that's about the best you're gonna get.
If you're going to work for us, you're going to...
I don't work for you. Not like that. If you want that from me, I can walk out right now. I don't need to tell you anything I know, nor do I need to waste any more time.
You'd be withholding information from an investigation. That's a crime I can cuff you for right now.
What investigation? You're not doing an investigation. That's the problem I'm hired for. If I recall, you specifically didn't even want to tell me Badge is undercover and save me like half of my job from the get-go. You don't have the manpower or the time for this Evo situation, and I might not quite understand how it works, but I'm pretty sure you have to actually open an investigation into the case I'm working for me to be withholding information from it.
You want to play the fool, eh? You forget one thing.
Just one?
Poor choice of words, I know. Regardless, I could have just thrown you in a hole somewhere and been rid of you entirely.
Sure you could. I could also be out of this room and disappear into the underground where you'd never see me again, before you could even call for help. But, what's the question to both of those actions?
I'll humor you.
Why? That gains us both nothing. You need someone to do your annoying dirty work, clearly, and I need lawful cash and info. Are you gonna hang that in balance because I'm not getting scanned by? It doesn't even matter. Honestly, after what I've seen in Evo, I'm very sketchy now about all of it.
Maybe you overestimate your value, stranger, because at the end of it, that's all you are. I could find a dozen freelancers willing to become contractors, and I imagine there'd be considerable less pain in my arse.
Are you willing to roll the dice on that?
What?
His posture shifted rather suddenly and he stared at me with a hardened gaze. I could almost feel the temperature of the room grow chill as he studied me from behind his bridged fingers.
You're acting a fool, but you're not actually this stupid to be playing this game with me.
Did I say something quite rude?
Quite rude, eh?
I don't know if it was a light or my mind playing tricks, but his eyes sparkled and looked like they momentarily shifted color as he continued gazing down at me. I tried to show no emotion, but his gaze never let up.
You're playing with fire.
My word might mean nothing to you, but, if this isn't abundantly obvious, I'm not exactly all here at the moment, so,
What do you mean?
Alright, cards on the table.
Preferably.
I don't have any memory prior to like the last 4 months, not really.
None at all?
I have glimpses, visions, dreams. Something will trigger an emotion or an image in my mind that I won't understand. Flashes, blips that are meaningless to me. I know things, but not what they are or about.
And you don't know why?
First thing I remember is waking up on a shuttle coming into Telthorian space. This place seemed to ring a bell, so I managed my way here.
This isn't some kind of game. You're being honest with me, aren't you?
Did you know me? Sometime before. He looked very suspicious. His eyes were starting to flicker off me briefly and dart around the room. It was early evening, and the glass walls of his office were untinted. He could see all around us, but I don't know what he was looking for. I regarded him hesitantly, reluctant as I felt the words leave my mouth.
No, I don't think so. You seem rather unforgettable.
Are you sure?
Rather.
That's really not the vibes you're giving me.
That is because, since we're being so open and honest with each other, whoever, whatever you are, feels strange, unnatural, and my streets don't need any more dangers.
I understand, but I can only assure you that I am indeed not a danger.
You're an unnamed, not properly registered, seemingly a powerful anomaly that has decided to plop itself inside my city and get involved.
Actually, I rather not get involved in these matters, or any other matters that are even similar to this kind.
And after knowing you for a couple of months, I can tell you most definitely will.
Oh, don't do that. You're going to jinx me. Listen, I really want nothing more than to get back on my feet and get out of here. Whatever I used to think of this place, I don't like it all that much now. And as soon as I can leave your sector, this city, this planet, I'm gone with the winds.
And all you're asking for in return is a little bit of leeway.
And you're positive you don't know me. That's exactly what I was about to say.
I've heard it a dozen times from a dozen con men. Would you like to know what happened to each one?
You're about to say something entirely gruesome and disturbing, aren't you?
This city, this planet, chewed them up and spat them out like stale gum or tasteless chew. Resigned to being little more than delvers if they're lucky, dead and forgotten if they're luckier, forced into the repayment program if they're not.
Is that supposed to scare me? I don't know if it should, but I feel like I don't scare quite that easily.
Take it for what it is, a warning. I don't know what you're ultimately playing at, but this place might not be the board you're looking for.
Are you talking to someone else in the room? I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Whether you really are just a con man, or really this unfortunate of a fool, I guess will remain unseen.
You said that very melodramatically, bravo. Now, do you want to know what else I know about the case, or am I done here?
Are you going to follow the rules and regulations?
Are you going to live and let live when it comes to anything personal about me?
We both know the answer to both those questions and no. So we'll shelve it for now, and continue this when the case is closed. I'll pass judgment depending on what I see in your results.
Alright, that's fair. All I wanted was a fair shot. Now, what do you know about dams?
Huh? Dams? What or how the hell do you even know about dams?
It's something that seems to be coming up. Care to give me any context?
It's a specialized type of purposely discontinued medical serum. We're still in the development stage as far as I'm aware.
Uh-huh. And what's it for?
I'm quite certain that's classified. What's it in relation to the case?
Don't know for sure. I think it has something to do with the package, the merchandise Eva was selling. Or it's the drug already on the streets and...
What do you know?
Nothing I can confirm, but Kelmer, who's the missing worker guy dude from the Evo clinics, was taking strolls down to the docks and coming back with receipts you get from either doing things very illegal or very specifically and entirely too legal, if you catch my drift. Which might be dams in this context or any other number of things.
Are you sure?
I just said I can't really confirm.
What's the basis of this hypothesis then?
Receipts. Managed to get some of his movement data. Packet tracer is working on the rest. Secondhand hearsay. My sleuthing otherwise.
Where in the docks did it say he was going?
Well, you seem to care a whole lot now all of a sudden. Is dams the make someone very rich type of secret, or the likely to get me killed just hearing about it type?
Answer my question and stop getting so sidetracked, damn it. Let's listen to a bad rendition of what someone thinks charisma is.
You know, that could have hurt my feelings. Fortunately for you, I drank mine away the first week I was here. Anyways, a place called the Maw. You know of it.
It's somewhere off the docks. Hotspot for gang activity. Particularly a group of rather vicious cyberpunks we call the Fangs. They keep the location secret. We haven't managed to get a leak of it yet.
That would be the place. I'm going to find it, amongst other things. So about that access to the files.
This is the kind of stuff I want from you. Good work, old chap. If you follow up on the Soul Craze situation, I'll lend you Packet and have him access the files for you.
That's not all I'm here for.
I'll look into this shootout and see if there's anything to it.
You will now, will you? Is it because of this whole dams thing, or...
It's because there's a cover-up going on, and you'll become part of it. I want you to focus on the soul-crazed angle. This isn't the first incident in the area, and I want to know if something bigger is at play.
Do you think it's all connected to each other?
If you find any more connections, then maybe. At the very least, the same players are involved.
You're paying, so you're deciding. I'll be getting back to it then. Unless there's anything else either one of us wants to act very creepy about.
No. That'll be all. Update me with your progress.
Stranger, tell me something good.
What do you define as good?
Not that.
Well, I had a one-on-one conversation with the marshal. Neither of us pulled guns on each other. This time.
I do not know if that is good or not.
Ultimately, unimportant. He wants us looking into the soul craze and the robbery attacks more.
Why? I thought you said the conversation went well.
I did not say that. It went tepid, at best. He got really strange with me, and grew increasingly nervous, or rather direct when I asked him about the dams.
So it is a thing. You know what it is yet?
Only that it's something no one really wants to talk about. Have you managed to dig anything up?
No, but I'm still looking into it.
Alright, well, the sheriff wants us looking more into that soul craze thing as well. And if we do, he'll let us use Packet officially.
And that's what you'll be doing. I'll come by though. I'm curious about this dam stuff. There's been a bunch of soul-crazed incidents lately, spilling out of the Undertown, it seems. Unusually bad ones, too.
And that ties into the arcology.
The clinic is the biggest in the area, so it's dealing with the most cases and near ones just on sheer per capita.
Alright. Do you have any theories on what might be going on behind the scenes?
On my own? Not yet. By all means, this is probably just the corpos overworking their wage slaves and taking advantage of the Delver's lack of any other options. People I've talked to have their own. Some are rather interesting.
That's usually code word for insane, but let's humor them. How interesting.
Some think it's a batch of tech with a malfunction being sold as proper. Some think it's a new scheme for marketing. Others think that maybe there is something new causing this effect and it's coming from the planet or the people itself. Nothing rock hard though. Whatever it is, it does smell like we stepped into a cover-up of something gone bad.
Alright, I'm walking up to Packet Tracer now. We'll just go ahead and get started. Bring some food and Java by. Everything here is terrible and I'm starving. And he's always hungry.
Alright, on my way. Not far.
Nope. Clocked out 10 minutes ago. Gonna have to wait until tomorrow.
Not even if I promise snacks and booze?
Ranger? What you doing here? I was just about to head to the Chromium.
Good news is I'm already here and Cupid's on her way.
Oh no, don't tell me. I've gotta do the thing.
Yeah, sorry to ruin your plans, but the marshal says we've gotta look through some files with you.
Overtime, my old and ancient enemy. I see you have reared your head once again, and you smell like paperwork.
And people say I'm the dramatic one.
I will have my revenge one day, Overtime. Not today, because I don't have the time. But at some time, I will have my revenge.
Are you done?
We're just getting started.
I'm going to shoot someone else, and then myself.
This is insane. Is this even possible?
Not gonna lie, this is technically not allowed by us normal corpos, and unusual for anyone that high up to care enough to do.
All three of us were staring at Packet's office screen in disbelief as he scrolled through the files and reports from the shootout. Officer statements, witness reports, bills, all of it neatly redacted with some of the thickest black lines I'd ever seen. Officer video, secure channel audio, surveillance, all blurred or blanked out beyond repair, corrupted beyond recognition.
Yo, where's the metadata? It's all been cleared. This is against all regulation.
Who cares about regulation? How is an entire incident report just entirely redacted like this?
Stranger? I think you're right, and we stumbled into something deep. Who the fuck can redact this from you? What clearance do you have, Tracer?
Hi, I work with CWAT. I should have special clearance for all downtown ops and incidents.
Well, clearly you don't. Did we message the marshal about it? Fuck. How can you check personnel files?
Already on it. Holy shit, guess what? Jawood, redacted. Kelmer, redacted.
The Jack?
Clade? Why him?
Humor me.
Not redacted. He's missing, by the way.
Well, Puck.
Fuck.
Buck? Is it really all that bad? Just kick his ass again.
I only survived the last 2 times because we outnumbered him like 2-1. Or he was trying to keep his cover.
That's going to have to be a problem for later. We have a larger problem.
Of where the fuck next? Aside from finding the maw and or just taking a nap at this point, I'm fresh out of ideas.
You don't sleep. What do you need a nap for?
I need to think. The snacks you brought were awful, so I'm hungry.
You don't like puffed rice?
No, what am I, a child? Why would you even bring that when you could have brought something like a soy and rice lawful?
Why do you always choose second best? You could have awesome, but you always choose passable.
You didn't even get any of that tasty, dusty stuff on the rice. This is... salt?
Stop it, you're making me hungrier.
Ugh. Alright. As much as I'd like to really just go and scrape all of this off my shoe like some nasty business I've stepped in, we need a next step.
Well, we do have an ID on the soul crazed. Name was Orknell Hastball.
That doesn't sound very local.
Wasn't. I don't have much history, but it seems like he was a spacer like yourself. Came here to make it big after the crash. Never made it, I guess. Ended up as a delver. Is that why you're here? Are you secretly also one of these treasure hunters?
The only treasure on this godforsaken rock are tickets for the shuttles off.
Well, guess where he was contracted, though.
Do I have to guess? Do we need a lead up to every information reveal like this?
Do you have to kill what little joy we can find in a job like this?
You make it out like I'm so grim all the time. You call this joy?
Relatively.
To what?
I don't know, like a bard or something. Or how drunk you are.
Man, everyone keeps on going on about how I'm the annoying one who can never stay focused and...
You are.
But I'm starting to think you're the bad influence here. Give me the address or I'm gonna throw something at you.
Oh man, you're so easy to rile up. You should smoke more. So, get this. Lower East Side of downtown. The cut side.
The other side of the arcology. There too? Why are all these people going to the same places? There's gotta be other clinics near.
Several, sure. The one in the Upper West is the biggest. But most Delvers shouldn't even be able to afford it.
They're more likely to need a street or rip dock, and there's plenty of those on the east side of town.
Maybe we should be taking a stroll through these neighborhoods.
Hey, you know who else is in the neighborhood? Rash. Bet he knows something. We should drop by him. The shootout happened real close to his place.
Alright, but we still gotta look for some reference to this damn stuff.
Best reference I'm finding across the database is discontinued medical serums.
That could be anything, though. It's a step at least.
Good. And you guys drove, yeah? Because if not, I'm gonna be taking a whole lot more steps today.
I did not expect to see you two so soon. Are you hungry? Should I get you a little something to eat?
I'll take a cup, but we're a little pressed.
How pressed? Like a security team is right behind you, or you're on the clock.
Oftentimes, those are the same.
True that, brother. Come, take a seat. Tell me, what do you need?
We're trying to get into the arcology.
Oh, I could only assume you mean evils, as it seems to be the epicenter of much lately.
Yeah? You know of.
In my position, you hear things.
What position is that exactly?
Like I told you, I fix vehicles. But you know, people talk when sitting around waiting for hours on end. You should be grateful for it, as I find myself in possession of what I think your perfect solution.
Oh?
Due to your little machinations of late, I have been able to procure some access codes to Evo Group and even their South Wing, which I believe is where your dead man was working.
And you're just going to give them to us?
Stranger, don't be rude.
He might as well know. Because you were sent to mothers through me, I get a cut of what is made. Don't worry, nothing big. But it means your success is my success.
Was anything gonna tell me anything about that at any point?
Didn't seem relevant. Are you complaining about how much you're paid?
Well, not specifically, no, but...
That is because I am an excellent bookkeeper. Don't worry your silly little spacer head about it.
Ah, you go, little sis. So, I get you into the arcology, yes? I can set it up for you by tonight. Latest.
What do you mean, set up?
Oh, look at him. He has like little lizard. Adorable.
Yeah, he thinks he can just throw a chair at any window and just waltz in.
To be fair, it works. Every time that it works.
We're going to need transport, some cover identities. You don't have a burner soulgram, do you?
My gods, woman, I barely understand what a soulgram is. much less what a burner one actually does.
There is almost something charming about his ignorance.
It's actually just a shock that he's managed to survive without me. Stranger, for the last time, soulgrams are imprints of your soul that hold all sorts of important information, like your biometrics and private data. It'll also track nifty things like your social credit, which you need to access goods and services in the city.
Right, that. I know that. That's just soul cred.
Good. At least you pay attention to the city announcements. Now, why are you confused?
Honestly, because it never actually seems to come up.
That's because of the license on your soulgram. Do you realize how screwed you'd be without it?
Well, clearly not, but I think it's starting to dawn on me.
My gods, you'd be hopeless without me.
Which is why I appreciate you greatly. So, plan.
We are going to need a good cover to actually get you through. Codes or no codes?
I'm thinking of getting some better threads for him, hot pair of wheels for me, something flashy. It's going to need to be a thick cover. I'm sure they're already on alert for something.
Do you have a cover in mind already?
I could just dust off an old persona for the occasion, but it'd probably be more trouble than it's worth and might not even get us in.
I will go make some preparations. If you can't get access to weapon passes, we'll have to get creative.
Oh, I'll ping Sybil. She still owes me for that one thing with Tracer. Knowing her, she'll have some good burners all ready and set to go.
Well, I'm gonna go... I don't know. Should I be doing something? Like get a drink, maybe? This feels like the kind of thing that's gonna need drinks.
No. Rest up. It'll be a hassle in there. I want you rigged and ready.
It only took a few hours to get what we needed, and before long I was sitting in a nondescript car, in tight corporal wear that forced me to leave behind most of my weapons. Beside me was Cupid, who looked just as uncomfortable. She was clad in Evo Group green, a business-ready dress and a face painted to be on television. We drove through the east side, with the Evo Group arcology towering over us on the left. It was a massive pyramid-shaped building. The bottom floor wasn't even on street level, but held aloft by towers angled into the ground from each corner. Those made up its 4 public wings. Rain was running down the sides, dripping into the relatively clean and well-put-together compound. Thick clouds thundered above, briefly illuminating passing hovercraft with lightning striking down somewhere I couldn't see.
Alright, nice and easy. Follow Cupid's lead. Don't do anything stupid. There's going to be security patrols, guards, guardian spirits. If there's a problem, you hit the panic button on her necklace or your cufflinks. Understand?
Yeah, I got it the first time. Not gonna lie though, I'm feeling kinda naked. Y'all got a gun or something?
There's no open carry, so best we could do is line the hemming with some can steel wire and small tools in your shades. And there's a blessed steel knife in your boot. Fortunately, that suit is also a ballistic weave. Top quality. I know you can take shots very well, but this should save you a few.
Can I keep the suit after? It is way nicer than all my other streetwear.
Cupid, are you armed?
Yes. It's not nearly our first rodeo. We know what to do.
Speak for yourself. I barely know anything.
This isn't a regular corporate building or a syndicate warehouse. This is corporate arcology. You're on their territory. You're captured, identified, or injured badly. There might not be anything we can do.
You'll be fine. Pull up here and get out and open the door for me. Stranger, act. I don't know. Sheepish, I don't know, downtrodden if you can.
Want depressive? I can do that one pretty well.
Damn. Looks like a lot of security tonight. Maybe we call it off.
That bad. Do we have an exit plan for when people start shooting at me?
Don't worry, he's always a bit paranoid on the last minute plans. We'll be fine.
You do this often with him?
This? No, this is the first. I don't break into a narcology every day.
Well, then here's to a fun new first.
Comm check. All good?
All verse over here.
Crash. I've got you on street cam, but I'm gonna lose you inside till you get me a local skate. So get me on one. Sooner the better, got it? Mics aren't subvocal, unfortunately, so you're gonna have to speak into your cufflink. Try not to look like a dork doing it.
Understood. Anything else?
Nope, pretty sure we're in the clear on my end. I'll run another check just in case.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Just give me a moment to get some fresh air before we go in. I fucking hate being trapped in that fucking box of a...
Danger. Worried.
Please, no last second rug pulls.
No, nothing like that. You really need to let go of the paranoia. It's not good for your heart. Your heart, it go boom. I just want to say, be careful. I have a bad feeling.
Wait, what? Why are you just saying this now?
Because it is probably nothing. Keep your eyes open and watch harass.
Yeah. I usually do.
What?
I said I'll be right behind her. Anything goes wrong, I'll do something stupid and she'll get us out. Just keep the car warm for us, yeah?
Alright. Godspeed.
Rush? Reverse?
Yes, it is all good.
Yeah, just had a last minute worry on his mind. You?
Got those pre-job jitters. Haven't got those in a long time.
Yeah? Did you used to work the street a lot?
You make it sound like we're talking about whoring.
Well, considering how... I'm kidding.
I used to be a more straight freelancer, you could say, but I got lucky.
How so?
Got a good network going. It pays to know people, places, things. Literally.
Then, what are you technically now?
People in my role are considered fixers.
Because you fix problems?
Yep. Well, people like you and freelancers can get jobs through someone else like the manager or straight from a client. Most jobs come through us first.
Well, why? Not that I personally have any problem with that.
Because we have the connections. When you need info or equipment, who do you go to?
You?
When you need something looked into or appraised, like how we met.
I'm seeing your point.
Some fixers don't even do any footwork themselves anymore. They just act as the middleman.
Yeah, I can see the draw of that. Why don't you?
I get too bored. You start to miss things.
Really? Like what?
Oh, you're about to see.
There were 4 guards in action-spec gear standing beside a suit, monitoring the scanners as people were slowly filtering through. I could feel cold eyes from behind tinted visors stare at me as I stepped up, scanning me over with something technological, and for magic, I assumed.
A single file, please. If you have any unregistered items, it will be turned away. Next. You, forward. Hand over the scanner. Lab crew. Oi, Gable. Did the night crew pass through a couple hours ago?
Hey, how dare you think we're the night shift coming in late? We're the morning shift coming in early.
Sorry, ma'am. Didn't mean to be rude or anything. Popping up those hours now, are we?
My colleague and I are in the middle of a time-sensitive experiment and don't have a moment to waste.
Just one moment.
Cupid flicked her platinum blonde hair over her shoulder with a small huff, one that was forceful enough to make the guard take a step back. He looked like he was about to wave us through with no further questions when I was stepping up. It looked like he was going to wave us through with no further questions as I was stepping up, holding my breath as the lights of the scanner washed over me. and froze instead of doing a couple of passes like the others. If looks could kill, it wasn't just Cupid who would be about to murder me.
You, don't move! Keep your hands where we can see them!
Whoa. Reholster weapons. I'm not a threat.
What are you doing? Stop this nonsense this moment.
So this is what a dancing girl felt like, as a lot of eyes were on us now. The guards had their rifles trained squarely on me, and the suit had dropped his hand to a holster on his side. Fortunately, everyone had stopped moving at Cupid shrieking.
Can you explain why he's giving off numerous air readings when we're scanning for his arms?
Come again?
What do you think our time-sensitive experiment is?
Yeah, and about that, if you're on one, why aren't you using in-building housing?
With my hands in the air, I tried to look around at the guards, partially hiding my movements to get my arm closer to my face. Ticket problem.
Working on it. Hold on, keep him talking.
In-building housing? I wouldn't be caught dead in that squall of a place.
She was beginning to falter for a moment, so I gave a half-hearted step forward. That was immediately stopped when grips on weapons were tightening all around me.
Tell him you were off grounds for the experiment.
Excuse me. Guy with multiple guns pointing at him here. Could be because this, experiment required off-ground, stuff, if you get what I'm saying.
What division are you?
Something sciencey.
Clinical.
You people should know to be using the northern entrance if you're just parading one of them right through here.
I'm perfectly fine going on my own, thank you.
Doesn't matter if they're coherent or not.
My apologies. We had issues getting here and this was simply the quickest.
Yeah, and...
Don't move. We're scanning you again. Get up. Make sure you tap the temp files. You might have some kind of special pass.
Who the fuck up keeps their systems like this? Hold on, stall him a moment longer. Gotta spoof a whole ass profile to match. They must have a sentinel doing the routine checks because your burners should have blown through this.
Yeah, sorry about this, guys. My profile is, super high clearance.
We should have foreseen this was going to be an issue.
I don't know what you meant by that, but the guards seemed to buy it and slowly lowered their rifles at the beckoning of the suit.
Alright, you're clear. And your mark is physically fragile and mentally volatile. You need an escort back to your lab, miss?
No, he's actually fine, but we do need to hurry, so unless there's another problem...
Just go on ahead. Just keep an eye out for this one, and follow proper protocol if anything sets it off.
Right. Thank you for the diligence, Mr.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm just the captain on the shift. And lucky I was here to deal with this, or else you might have been held up for hours.
Right. You. I'll be sure to put in a good word with my manager. Come on now, you. You've held us up long enough.
Alright, I'm gonna lose you guys in a moment. Don't forget to keep an eye out for...
Tracer? Tracer! Shit, lost him.
Well, I wonder what that last thing he was going to say was. Bet it wasn't going to be something important.
Probably just something he wants us to look for. No worry for now.
I dropped my head mock sheepishly and followed her through the scanners into the arcology. As soon as we were alone in a long empty hall, Cupid exhaled in relief and her shoulders visibly slumped from the tense position she was holding them in.
Fuck, that was a bit tense back there. Would have blown you to smithereens.
I'm well aware.
Really, I thought I would be scraping you up off the pavement as a wage slave.
Well, fortunately, that's behind us now. Though, that being said, I need to keep some kind of weapon about, discreet and handy. Especially when cases like that are gonna keep on going down.
Not uncommon. Maybe get a small knife or knuckle dusters or something.
I had a knife. Maribeth never gave it back. I mean a gun. Big cal, but small frame. Kinda like you. Anyways, where to?
Blueprints say Kelmer's room is up a floor and further in. You might have to take the rail.
Probably best we stick to these side holes until we can plug in packets somewhere.
Pretty late, so if we're lucky, the floor we want will be mostly empty. Resh sent some blueprints. I'll uplink you on the directions.
Alright, got it. It's on my shade, so let's move.
It's eerily quiet.
I know it's late, and this side is supposed to be mostly empty, but I didn't think it was going to be deserted.
Something isn't right. Come on, let's go find the main ways.
Crossed down a few more halls filled with endless doors and side hallways. Somehow, even in heels, Cupid's steps were silent. He took a couple steps ahead to peek around the corner, before quickly turning around and waving me back.
Door, quick!
I grabbed onto her and my feet flowed back on instinct. Sending us several yards down the hall, I nearly tripped over my own 2 feet and landed less than gracefully, but she touched down better and pulled us into one of the halls off the side. Guards?
Yeah.
We ducked into a corner. Very quiet. Cupid was between me and the wall, my dark clothes hopefully hiding her brighter dress as the footsteps grew louder. My body went very still. I could feel Cupid's breath on my neck as she craned her neck to see over my shoulder. She was tensed, but I could see her hand reaching around as voices neared.
What in God's big orbit? This is a waste of time. Wasn't there no better way to keep us busy than doubling all patrols?
Agreed, brother. My gut's been on fire this whole floor. I'm sure management's just being cautious, but this much extra security seems way over the top.
What do they expect to happen? A small army just gonna burst through the doors? Freelancers coming in through the goddamn walls? There's more manpower, ghosts, and turrets outside to turn most groups into a blooded mist.
You're still preaching and I'm still the choir, my man. I get it. Must be some real weird intel they got, though. I heard Team Gauss is on standby just in case.
And Gauss too? I mixed 3 of the special security teams. Something does hit us, it's gonna be in for quite the shock.
I couldn't see them walk past, but I watched Cupid's bright eyes trace them around my shoulders. And when they were gone, I met mine with a small nod of her platinum head.
I think we're good. Let's move.
You know, I just noticed.
What?
Your hair. You're not naturally that color. Your roots are a little darker.
Of course not. That would be way too obvious. Now get off.
She was about to push me off when one of the doors to our side slid open, and a wizened old head poked out, scanning the hallway street before narrowing in on us.
Oh, you two. What you doing out this late?
Fuck. Nothing. Sorry, Mr. Ma'am. We'll get going.
Don't you know how past curfew it is? I'm calling patrol.
No need for that. We're trying to keep it down. We'll be getting back to our dorms now. They have dorms.
Ah, phooey. Can't help young love. You two just get clear before patrol comes by. Don't want no problems tonight.
Cupid grabbed my arm and pulled us back into the main hallway. We quickly started making our way back down the bend. And at the end, we could see it opened up into a bustling indoor street.
You're quite good at this.
Am I now?
Mm-hmm.
Is that surprising?
A little. Begs the question.
Bet I can guess.
What are you?
Who cares?
Maybe you used to be some kind of special soldier or something. I don't know. Very well trained.
Your guess is as good as mine. Sometimes I get flashes of sorts, battlefields, war-torn cities. Not really sure.
That alone should be pretty telling. What kind of cities?
You'd think it would be. Sometimes it's old, ancient-looking stuff. Lots of stone and, moss. fungi, but like not like the fungi we have here. Really like dark green and brown stuff. Sometimes it's just space. Sometimes something else entirely. Abstract colors, celestial bodies.
And you're still not doing anything about it?
Nothing I really know to do.
But you still don't feel like something's missing?
Define missing, cause I assure you, I feel the missing memory.
What if you're secretly super rich or super powerful or something? Wouldn't you want that?
Is this really the time or place for this conversation?
You got anything better to talk about?
Yeah, like where the hell are we?
Place is huge, we gotta walk. Besides, no one's going to be around to hear us. We never get to talk alone. Someone's always in comms, or we're driving.
You could just hack your car or whatever Packet said if you're worrying about the corporations listening in.
My insurance rates will skyrocket. Do you know how hard it is to get... Wait, no, never mind. Of course you don't.
I don't know much of... Stop doing that.
You need new lines, Yazidi. It is getting old. Sounds practiced, trust me.
I gave her a mutely suspicious glance, but she strode ahead as we were reaching a bend in the hall again.
Damn, this place is huge.
We reached the end of the street-like halls, and I quickly realized my mistake. What we had just come out of must have been an alley, as stretching for as far as my eye could see in front of us, and with more floors, higher than I could count offhand, was what must have been the central atrium of the Evo Arcology. Above us, the massive inner Arcology transports were quickly darting past, pausing only momentarily for a mass of people to shuffle on and off, before shooting off on tracks, running further into all sides of the building. A surprising amount for this time at night.
Would you look at that? Looking up at this, you always imagine it's fancy, but this is rather grand.
Never been this deep inside one before. Not even before the current gig you do.
No, never had the pleasure. Honestly, I did way more work in Midtown than around here back in the days.
We moved through curtains of water running down from somewhere above, mimicking the weather outside. I almost stopped to marvel at the indoor garden, rising upward with its own platform settled amongst massive trees. Not a mushroom in sight, but Cupid pulled me along to one of the stations, and we stood beside dozens of wage slaves, other corporates. Advertisements for Evo's products were blaring across the PA system, in between announcements for the rails and other city-like notification. The light rail soon arrived, and we slid on between the others, grabbing seats at the back of the cart.
We got to get to the north side from here. Shouldn't take more than an hour or so.
A little too nervous to rest my eyes, so if you want to, I'll keep watch for us, just in case.
Yeah?
Yeah, you look tired anyways.
Well, I have been up for days. So busy.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired from this job. All the running around and asking questions. Can't imagine how many others you might be involved in.
Not that many. You keep me busy. I like working with you.
Likewise. It's not too bad.
You keep good eyes, okay? I'm just gonna close my eyes for a moment.
She was out like a light. I placed my corporate jacket over her. I didn't like waistcoats anyways. Her head lolled onto my shoulders before the next stop, but I decided not to mind too much, and settled back myself to flicker my eyes between the overhanging screens and the branded wage slaves getting on and off.
Now arriving, Synthetic Labs. Please have your soul brands ready for the passing through the security checkpoints. Causes of delays will be fined monetarily and in soul cred.
Cupid. See? Wake up, we're here.
Awake. What? Oh, I slept the whole way.
It was quiet. Almost at our stop.
Oh, good. My legs are starting to cramp up.
Yeah, cool. What was that?
What was what?
I barely said a word and you're wide awake.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that.
Training.
I'm not familiar with shaman training. That doesn't really feel like part of it.
You're not the only one with a past life, stranger.
I don't have a past life. I can't remember any of my life. I just am what I am. It sounds like you're trying to be someone new.
Maybe I am. Maybe I don't want to talk about it.
That's all you had to say. I love not talking about things. We should go get by the doors. This monorail only stops for like a split fucking second.
Yeah, that'll be efficient. Hey, I'm starving. Was there any, snack carts going by?
There was. Way overpriced, but I got you the small crunchy things. I know you love those.
Ah, crash. Thanks. Alright, up, let's go. Can't cross your long ass legs.
We made our way to the doors and were the first ones out when they opened. There were only a few getting off here, and no one was getting on from the small and unnaturally clean platform. This part seemed much smaller in just general volume. The roof was lower, arced inwards. There were several corridors on either side of this very secure-looking checkpoint. The walls were shiny and flat metal with few advertisements or signs. Mostly just a single large one that said Synthec Laboratories.
Shit. Didn't expect a checkpoint here.
There's been an increase in security lately. Ever since we got hit in the lab, higher ups are really worried about something.
Thank you, random branded. You know any way to bypass this?
Forgive my colleague here. He's a bit impatient.
Him and me both. Hey, I might know of a shortcut to the main floor if you're in that kind of mind.
Why are you waiting here in a line and haven't already taken it?
I need another person. I'm on my own tonight. My partner got nabbed by the recycling division yesterday, and he's probably not gonna be my partner no more.
What the fuck is... My condolences. But, yeah. Shortcut.
You've got to be kidding me.
Can see why you needed someone else.
Yeah, we don't have long. Patrols are every few minutes when we're on yellow.
I'm not going up there first.
Why not? You're the shortest. We'll ladder you up.
I'm not going up first.
Why?
If you want a peek, there's easier ways for you to get one.
Yeah, I think she's right, Mr.
I looked over to the corporate who was giving me some kind of look before he flicked his finger up and down at her. It took me a moment for it to click, but I'm sure my skin went a couple of shades redder when it did.
Come on, I'll boost you, and you can pull me and her up.
Wasn't even thinking along those lines, you weirdos. Alright, come on, bridge your fingers. I could probably give a little wind to blast most my own way up after.
Wind blast? You mean magic casting?
Yeah.
Don't you know that'll set off the wards?
Will it? I feel like someone should have mentioned that at any point before this.
It's common knowledge. How am I supposed to know what you do and do not know?
Assume I know nothing. Is that really just the standard practice around here?
Yeah, it's in the security briefing. Every morning.
Really? People listen to those?
Stranger, stop talking.
Say, what division are you guys in? You don't look familiar. You're definitely not night shift.
Oh, fuck.
You know, that's not a good answer.
Cupid's arm was already raised, holding on to a baton that I had no idea where she was hiding. It came to a whistling halt inches away from the back of his head. Wait.
Aw, man. She was gonna kill me, wasn't she?
No, I was just going to knock you out.
Ah, that's actually appreciated. I've got like 3 kids
Don't care. Listen.
Listening. Intently.
I'm gonna need you to get real cool about several things really quick.
Consider me thoroughly chilled.
We're not really supposed to be here.
Never would have been able to tell.
And we need to get inside.
Surprisingly, so do I.
So are we... verse?
Look, I've got 15 minutes to tab in. If I wanted to wait in line, it was going to be 30. And then I'm gonna be docked social cred. It's gonna be a whole thing with my boss, which really, I just rather not. So if you two help me get through in a timely manner, and as long as you're not, like, here to kill me, I don't really care who you are or what you're doing.
Really?
Really?
Don't you work here?
Frankly, sucks lizard balls.
I imagine.
So, assuming you're not here to kill me, right?
Who are you?
I'm Guy.
Well, pal, Guy, I can assure you we're not here to kill you.
Why are you saying it like that, you psychopath? We're not here to kill anyone.
Well, yeah, technically.
We're here to investigate something.
Ah, you're another corp.
You could say that. Technically.
Ensign.
Even if we were, we can't tell you.
Alright. Just curious. There's no way you're just here for the sights.
The only sights I see is the job I'm given.
Ah, I see.
So, don't we all really have somewhere else to be?
Yeah, come on. Up you go.
Yeah.
Damn. You are way heavier than you look.
Oh.
Do you have Augs? Wait, no. Don't make it personal. Grab my bag.
Yeah, come on, passenger.
Come on, up we go.
Come on. Crash, you're not so heavy. You should really eat more, Guy. Alright, Cupid.
Come on.
Don't come on me. You jump.
I'm trying. No magic, remember?
Shit. Hold on.
What are you doing? I felt his hand hit my bag as he pushed me down through the hall. I was already halfway through cursing his whole lineage, its descendants, their pet lizard, and whichever god could hear me. But I felt his hand grab a hold of my belt and catch me before I'd fallen through entirely. Enough so that I could grab Cupid under the arms when she jumped. He groaned and heaved, the fabric of my pants began ripping, but Cupid managed to scramble up me and into the vent. We froze around the edges of the opening. The guard slowly stepped into my view. He was just beneath the hull, lifting his visor for a moment to stare down the hall. The back of my head ached, but I held in a groan from it. Gary's elbow was threatening to pierce my kidney, but I was just praying the guard didn't look up. We waited until we couldn't hear the footsteps anymore before letting go of breaths we were all holding. Cupid even let out a small laugh, followed by a chuckle from Guy. I just gave them a smirk as I slid the cover back over the vent.
Damn, you guys are fun. Come on. It's this way, though. You might want to move gently.
He led us through a small maze of chest-high vents. I had to walk half bent, while he was only tilted. Cupid was standing up almost straight and mocking me most of the way, until we came to a stop in front of another hatch, one that opened up into what looked like a janitorial closet.
Alright, this is us. I've got to go out first, so you wait a few minutes, then do the same. Place should be clear.
Thanks for the help. Hope you get to work on time.
Yeah. Sorry about the nearly killing you.
I thought you said you were just gonna knock me out.
Yeah, but who knows what could have happened.
Not to make this personal, but where are you guys headed? Honestly, just hoping it's not my lab.
What's the chance you know a guy named Kelmer?
Oh, think so. Works down by the test laboratories usually. He's been out a couple of days though. And I think he works the morning shift anyways.
Yeah, he's been dead all week. It's part of our investigation. Do you know where he might have had a room or office of sorts?
Yeah, he works in the sanitation division, so he should have an office somewhere on a floor down and a section over. If you take a right out the door and go to the end of the hall, there should be stairs down and then double back.
Rash, thanks. Owe you one.
Yeah, no offense, but I hope we never see each other again. Good luck, though.
Oh, that was kind of easy.
Surprisingly convenient. Did he seem familiar to you?
Don't think so. Come on, we have to be quick. We only have so much time.
Rot damn. You forgot to mention the cameras, extra patrols around here.
This is a lot more than expected.
We looked around and inspected the small room. It was more like a janitorial closet than an office. 3 walls were lined with shelves that seemed to contain cleaning supplies, tools, small storage bins. The last wall had a small desk and was surrounded by a few boxes.
So, my dear detective, what are we looking for?
I'm not a detective, I'm an independent investigator. And I'm not sure. Something to tie him to someone else, specifically in the corporation, or Jawood, or anyone really.
Well, all I've got here is just supplies and scrap here. Nothing of note. Check his desk.
I looked it over. The top was a mess of small tools, circuit boards, and data pads. A small lamp was on the wall above that. I flicked it on, illuminating the room just a bit more. There was nothing that caught my eye on the table. I picked up the data pad rested in the corner and turned on the screen.
Got anything?
No. Work stuff, schedules, itinerary. All pretty standard.
Go through the messages just in case.
Nothing. The manager on this floor is a real jerk. Demanding some supplies is moved quicker. More of it.
What?
A lot of these rush orders are for a particular HF. No more than initials.
Well, that could be anything. Name, place, division, a unit.
It's a name? Maybe that of a group.
What's he been bringing them?
Doesn't say. I got another thread here. This was Jawood's number, wasn't it?
That it was.
So this is definitely a link between them.
Good, because the shelves here are empty. Too empty. If he's been gone for days, why are there no supplies? If someone else has been here, why isn't it restocked?
That's a good question. Doesn't seem like anyone's been in here a lot. What janitorial closet has a thin layer of dust?
Still not a lot to go on.
This is vague. Got the recipe. Dinner at my place tonight. Bring the cups.
That's not even good code. Date?
Sometimes after Yawood went missing. Around the same time Kelmer should have been killed.
So we just got to figure out what cups are, and we might have something.
There's more. Kelmer asked, what about company? And our man Jawood, whatever, hit him with a sly. Well, 3's already a company. And Kelmer replied with a, then we duo. All he got back was a thumbs up.
Fucking amateurs. So, they had a deal going and cut someone out. Guess we have motivation for leaving him in the tub like that.
So, assumingly, someone went looking for this data pad, but went to Kelmer's house instead. This might have this recipe for the damn stuff on it. Only thing we're missing, what's cups?
I'm going to hazard a guess and say it's these.
I looked over and Cupid was done digging through one of the boxes, revealing beneath a layer of lint foam was a row of shiny little medical devices. Each had a little glass container attached to a small mouth receptacle. The glass glistened in the light. Empty. Cupid placed it on the table and opened the next. Much more of the same.
So, we've got at least one of the points on the production line.
So this new drug stuff is taken from the labs, packaged here and given to Jawud. The question is, who else is involved?
Gotta have a doctor or a researcher attached. Possibly management. If this damn stuff is indeed discontinued, assorted magical whatever, it might be going under the nose.
Some leftover runoff of sorts, repackaged then resold on the streets. That's gotta have a good margin.
And legally so if all the hush-hush is anything to go by.
That does only make better margins. Still going through these messages, I can't be sure what this dumbass code they're using. But it seems like they're switching sides.
What do you mean? What's it say?
I don't really know. Something, West Side going broke. Stonks are all down. Something, new financial avenues. In which Kelmer suggests they start, and I quote, cutting to lean.
Let me see.
We both froze. Violet met green for a lingering moment as we strained our ears. Fortunately for us, mine happened to do something special.
I heard something in death. I swear I've been hearing something on this floor all night, man.
Boys, we should start the roof. Start here and take left.
Incoming.
Fuck.
We scrambled to get everything back into place. Cupid was fixing the boxes, and I slammed my finger onto the button so hard I broke a nail. Nothing here nor there, but the button went considerably deeper than it originally did. When it came back up, the whole socket and light fixture came out with it. And inside, sitting in a little holder amidst the wiring, was a small crystalline chip, one that I could faintly see golden circuitry going through when I lifted it to the light. Not strictly a soulgram as far as I could tell, but definitely an engram of sorts, though there were many sorts. Either this was the reason of his murder, or was going to get me paid otherwise, so it slid real easy into the slot on my left arm, before I turned around to see Cupid frantically trying to untouch everything she had finagled with. The footsteps neared the door and we froze again, before I threw myself at her and pushed us into a corner.
Everything alright with that?
Yeah, nothing here. Are you sure you're not hearing anything, though?
No, man, and I'm tired. Let's get out of here.
Alright.
He's gone. You can get off me now.
Yeah, sorry.
Why do you keep doing that? I know how to hide.
Not sure, it's like reflexive. I think I've got some kind of passive effect on me that leads people to ignoring me when I'm hiding. I don't know, it's the weird magic camouflage.
Weird? You're weird and your magic is weird.
Might not be. For all we know, I'm using the most random and useless abilities and spells in my repertoire.
Whatever, let's go. Can't hear them anymore.
Yeah, pretty sure I'm not wrong. They probably saw nothing and fucked right off.
Let me see your hands! Get out of the blood! Get your hands up! Hands up!
Wait, hold on.
He's resisting! He's resisting! He's on moving! Get him!
Thank you for listening to A Man Called Stranger. Black Collar, Episode 9, The Essence of Investigation. Don't forget to like and review wherever you may be listening. Also you... Wait, no, I wasn't doing anything. No.
It's maliciously! Get up! Get up! And don't forget, if you want to support the show, you can donate to us on the Ko-fi. Dude, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? Stay tuned for next week's episode, which will be wrapping up at 2. Is someone listening to us? Are they listening? And finally, a thank you to this week's cast. Captain Fear's Mistake as Cupid, Whiphand as Packet Tracer,
Eaglehead as voice of the city. And that's it for now, I guess. We gotta drag these two soulless back to the boss. But while we're doing that, don't you forget.
Don't get cocky, kids.